Hey, it's Sela Social Studies.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Sela Social Studies. Okay, so to conclude the section of the chapter regarding causes and the Revolutionary War, we're going to cover Thomas Paine's common sense. We've covered the Mecklenburg and Halifax Resolves. We covered the Declaration of Independence. And now it's going to get into a pamphlet that really pushed colonists to want to fight for revolution. So this is called Thomas Paine's Common Sense. Common sense, we know what that is. If I walk up to a stove and the stove is hot, I don't stick my hand on it. Common sense says I'm going to get burned. Common sense says, don't jump out of a moving car. Thomas Paine took these ideas of being like, duh, you shouldn't do that, or duh, in this case, we should do that. So Thomas Paine's common sense. Thomas Paine was born in England and he moved to the colonies. And while he was here, he fought for the cause of independence. And he wrote a pivotal piece of work called Common Sense. Common Sense was published in 1776, and it challenged the authority of the British government and the royal monarchy. The plain language that Paine used spoke to the common people of America, and it was the first work to openly ask for independence from Great Britain. Now, that was important that he was able to talk to the common people of America. Remember, most Americans at this time were agrarian. They were farmers. Not all of them were college educated, so he needed a way to communicate to the people. So what does he do? He writes Common Sense, which was a pamphlet. It was only about 49 pages long. And again, I say, it's like, duh. This is what we should want as a people because of how simple and I'm going to say commonsensical it was about why the colonists should challenge the monarchy and demand independence. The idea was to persuade the colonists to revolt against Britain and the king. It was the best-selling pamphlet of the time, and it sold over 500,000 copies. Now, when you have to remember, when you're talking about the 500,000 copies, you're talking about the population only being just a couple million people here in America at that time. So that is a lot. A lot of copies were sold. So what were the themes behind this pamphlet, Common Sense, that Thomas Paine tried to instill into the colonists? Paine questioned why a tiny island across the Atlantic Ocean had control over the North American continent. It did not make sense to someone like Paine that someone thousands of miles away, which was the king, who had never even stepped foot on North American soil, was making all the laws for the land. A second theme, the colonists were not very British anymore. They've been living in North America since the founding of Jamestown in 1607. There have been generations of colonists who never even stepped foot in Britain. So why would these people who were British subjects even consider themselves British? Another one, the fact that Britain was not treating the colonists very well. You have to remember, King George did not treat the colonists well. He was always taxing them to try to pay off other war debt. Another theme, Britain was always at war with countries like France. Why would the colonists get involved with the drama of foreign affairs of another country? They need to stay at home and deal with what they have at home. Another theme, because of the distance between the colonies and Britain, there was a long distance communication. We didn't have cell phones or even telephones that can call up and be like, hey, what should we do here? You're talking that you had to send letters, send messages, send people back and forth between England and the new nation. Another theme, The colonies were founded on religious freedom, which was like the Pilgrims escaping from the Church of England. So why would we want to go back and stay with England and practice the religion of the Church of England that they didn't want to practice anymore? Another one, the monarch would never have the best interest of the colonies. The king wanted land and he wanted money and did not care about the colonists that he would never have met in his lifetime. So Thomas Paine really took these ideas, these themes. Now this was just 7 themes, but like I said, it was a big pamphlet. But he took these themes to talk to regular people to be like, listen, we probably shouldn't be under the British king anymore. We should govern ourselves. We should make our own laws. We should take care of ourselves and stop worrying about the British crown and stop trying to pretend to be British subjects still. And we'll see you next time at Selah Social Studies.